Hello, everybody, and welcome to Copcast, where I tell you a different story approximately once a month. I'm really bad at keeping my schedule with these videos. I tore my ACL in my knee, so things have kind of been a little bit wonky lately. But I guess all I could really do is just keep trucking along, right? The backstory of today's video is working on cars. And this is a new addition, but I don't know if you could see it blinking on my hand or anything. There is a wire that is acting funny. I think it got caught on the serpentine belt or something. Somebody had ran this new ground. If I test it with the meter, it's kind of grounded. It's grounded for a second, you wiggle the wire, and then it's not grounded. I'm trying to figure out what I could do here to mend whatever nightmare this is. Somebody had definitely got their hands on this, and, well, they rigged it up. And I'm trying to figure out what I could do to remove all of this junk. But anyways, I have my other car. Well, this isn't my car. I have my car over here. It's kind of covered with stuff right now because it's just sitting because it's being worked on. Well, going to be being worked on. I got to drop the transmission. Not fun. It's a 1990 Eldorado Cadillac. It goes 35 miles an hour. And I've replaced... Well, I'll get to what it needs in a second, but I replaced the transmission filter and fluid, of course, the transmission oil. And, I checked codes. You actually can't put a code reader on that car. You have to just open up the computer from inside the dash. For 1990, that car does more than fuck this one can. And it's just, it's kind of convenient, I guess. But having so many parts in it, and it's so just compressed. The engine bay is like at least 1.5 times, if not 2 times the size of this one. And you can't even stick your hand down in there to, adjust the timing. Well, I guess the distributor's on top, but I'm just saying it's really hard to work on because it's not meant to be really serviced by the owner. So it's sitting right now, and it doesn't have this kind of monotony of just, oh my goodness, the wire is ran under these hoses, around it, twisted around it, and but yeah, so my Cadillac, the problem that I am seeing is I've tried about everything that I could, even the speed sensor and the CV axle. My speedometer wasn't working for a little bit before my car stopped shifting past third. So I thought maybe speed sensor. And that would have been a nice, easy fix. But I replaced that. And it took me probably about an hour. Not too big of a deal. Pretty cheap. Where'd I put that flashlight? Let me grab that. It's sitting over there. That would have been a nice win. To be able to just change that and call it good. Well, it didn't work, obviously. But now I know how fast I'm going. I can get it up to about 35. But then I gotta let off the throttle so it'll drop back down in the second gear. And I can bring it back up to third again. Actually, I really technically have to drop it back down to first. I have to come down pretty slow. And then just take off again. And rev it up and then coast and then do it all over and over again to get from point A to point B. So if I'm driving somewhere that takes 15 minutes to get there, it takes me about double, about half an hour to get there. I live, well, about 15 minutes from here. And in order to bring my car here to work on it the last couple times before I came to this conclusion, I had to just take side roads and just drive and slow down and let it go down to first gear and accelerate and just let her rip and then get back up to like 35 miles an hour and then just coast until it slows down again. Real fun. But I determined, well, I'm not trying to digress from what I'm doing here. This is a shift solenoid. That's what's bad in my car. In a lot of cars, in the transmission, the shift solenoid is in the transmission pan that you can drop down underneath. Not mine. Not the 90 Eldorado. You gotta remove the transmission from the engine. And like I said, everything is just clustered in there to where, like, changing anything is just a nightmare. But I've had the car for 11 years, so I mean, I know that car pretty well. And I know how to get to things, but man, do I want to chop that transmission? No, I don't. But I really don't have a choice, and I'm trying to figure out why this wire isn't able to ground. I feel like one of them pulled out of this harness. I'm thinking that's what's going on here. That or this connection might be bad right here. I'm gonna check that. So, working on cars, I don't know, it's dirty, it's not something you want to have to do, but I mean, it's necessary. And my Cadillac has a competition car audio system in it. I'm part of Team Demonic Sounds, and I really don't want to let that car go. It hasn't even hit 200,000 yet. It's at 196, I think. And for a 1990, that ain't bad, but... And it's my daily driver. I don't really drive that much. Let's see what we got going here. Oh, it's soldered. That's nice. Okay. That's good. Somebody at least knew what they were doing. They soldered the connection. Well, let's see if we get continuity from here to where they have it grounded. And I know this ain't much of a cobcast, but I've been just... Yeah, I got good continuity. I've been doing my own thing. Hurting a lot, but that's alright. Just been basically laying in bed, resting my leg. And something like this isn't too much to demand, so... I want to actually make a cobcast showing my Cadillac. I can give you a brief glimpse of it. I swear I hope it's still recording, because I've had an issue before where, yeah, we're still recording. Like I said, she's buried. These are my Crescendo Audio walled-off 15s on an Audio Pipe 1800. Team Demonic Sounds. Crescendo Audio. Yeah, this is my old boat. Like I said, she's parked for the moment. Full of junk. It's been sitting for at least 6 months. But see what them subs will do to a windshield. Yeah, I'll get a video on this. But for today, we're dealing with this issue. Whatever the hell somebody did. So we'll get this figured out, and sorry my Cobcast isn't as normal as it